Hey guys, this is NitroBex, and today I got a device review for you today. It's going to be on the Atomo V2 from Custom Mod Creations. Let's get into the price points first. You're looking at $29.99 for the Atomo V2 3-tube setup. Now this is just a mod, so you will have to supply batteries, atomizers, stuff like that, but let's go ahead and take a vape off of it. Blowing some K-Fun clouds for you here. This K-Fun is about a 0.7. This is the Black Edition K-Fun, also available from Custom Mod Creations. But that being said, this isn't an atomizer review. Let's go down to the desk and look at the mod. Alright, so first off, even though this is not an atomizer review, I am going to check some voltage drop. So anytime we start talking about voltage drop, I will be talking about the resistance, because the lower the resistance, the more voltage drop you're going to get. And again, it's 0.61 on the K-Fun Black Edition there. So we're going to set that aside. Let's start taking apart this mod and start talking about it. So in the box, you're going to get top cap setup, which is right here. We'll take that all the way apart in a minute. Switch assembly, which is right there. Alright. You're going to get 3 different tubes. So the first tube there is the 18650 tube, you have the 18490 tube, and the 18350 tube. That's what's going to come in the box. I'm going to be testing this one in 18650 setup, so I'm just going to move the other two aside. I have tried them, they do work, they do hold batteries, everything's fine there. The battery I'm going to be using for this test is a Sony VTC3, but let's start off with that top cap. On the top cap, you do not have ego cone threading. You do have air pads for 510 atomizers, but only on the inside. So if you have something truly flush, it's not going to get air in. Now on the bottom side, you have a screw connector for your battery tension. I'm going to screw that all the way out so you can see it here. It does appear to be silver plated. Alright, and then you have a wider screw. This handles your ADI connector and your ADI height. So I got that out. Now you do have a Delrin insulator there. And as you can see, if I hold my finger under here, you can see all the way through there. So that is the Delrin insulator there. Now, to reassemble this top cap, what I do is I grab the atomizer that I'm going to use, and I screw that all the way down first, so you get a nice flush look on it. So as you can see that it's all the way down, no gap there. This is a K-Fun, so it's going to pull the air in from here, so I'm not worried about the air pads on the top cap. Now you're going to take that larger screw and you're going to screw it all the way in until it makes connection with the atomizer. This will set your atomizer height and everything will be happy there. Okay. Now, this next part, you have to kind of guess. That little battery adjustment height screw, when you're first using it, you have to guess a couple times and then you can pretty much get it set. Alright. The tubes, let's go through those real quick. Again, all 3 tubes are the same. I'm going to use the 650 tube. You do have the Atomo logo on here. You do have a little atom symbol at the top. They are engraved nicely. This is a highly polished tube. It is a fingerprint magnet. Now, also on the top side of the tube, you do have venting air holes in case something was to go wrong with the battery. It's actually a nice thick-walled tube as well. So that's the tube. Now we have the switch. The switch is actually really nice. It reminds me a lot of the Skelly 8W switch. So the first thing about it is you press up on it and you can unscrew that center part, and it comes out just like a lot of screwing later. Still unscrewing. There we go. Comes out just like that. Okay. Now, if I let go, you'll see there is no spring inside of here. There are two opposing magnets. This is a magnetic switch. And then if I want to go further, there's a thin-walled Delrin insulator that you can unscrew. And this can actually help set your throw. If you got a battery that's not quite working in there, or it's auto firing or something, you can unscrew this slightly to increase your throw, which will stop the battery from shorting. But I like a nice short throw, so we're going to screw that all the way down. Now to reassemble the switch, you put these back together. Again, the magnets will repel, so it's pushing apart. In goes the center post, and I want this as short as possible, so I'm going to screw it all the way in. Now, one thing you do want to make sure of, if I have my switch like this, since the metal part is above the Delrin, it's going to auto fire. You always want that in its off position, that metal part to be below the Delrin insulator. Alright, so I'm screwing this down to make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. Alright, so from here, we're going to go ahead and put the tube on. Threads in nice and smooth. Just like that. We're going to drop the battery in. Now, here's, like I said, the part that takes a little bit of a learning curve. You screw in, again, nice and smooth once you get the threads caught. Now, you're going to give it a little bit of a shake. I'm used to setting this one up, so it was pretty close. Sometimes what will happen is if you have that battery adjustment pin out too far, it'll be like that. If it's in too far, what you will hear is this. I'm going to move this up to the microphone so you can hear it. Battery rattle. A little bit of battery rattle is not bad. That much battery rattle, the mod is not going to fire. So if you're getting that battery rattle, what you do is you unscrew that bottom screw just a bit. And again, I know about where to set it. I played with this mod all yesterday and all today, so I know pretty much where to set it. And the battery rattle's gone. So let's go back up to the main cam for a second and take a vape. So as you can see, this is actually performing extremely well. It's an extremely comfortable mod to carry. Now the only problem is it does not have a locking switch. So if you throw it in your pocket, it could potentially fire in your pocket. Just make sure you're either setting it down or you're carrying it in like a vaping bag, or you take the battery out of it. Extremely satisfying hit. Let's go back down to the table for a minute. We'll run over some numbers. So once again, 0.61 is what this atomizer ohmed out to. We're going to test some battery sag here and some mod sag. Now at a sub-ohm level, I am always expecting a battery drop. Your battery itself will not put straight out under load. But let's take a look at the baseline. With no load, we're looking at 4.14. Let me turn that around so you can read it. 4.15, 4.15, so pretty much full charged battery. Let's put the atomizer on top of here and see what we have with a load. A good reading would be somewhere above 3.8-ish. 3.73, so that's still fairly decent. 3.77, 3.71. So you're not having any sizable loss from this. Again, a good reading would be around about 3.8. That would be the best I would be expecting out of even a mod like the vanilla or something like that, due to just the battery sag itself. Overall, for 30 bucks, this is quite an impressive little mod. It does give you the option of running in 650 mode, 490 mode, or 300 mode. Satisfying vape to it. Of course, that's going to depend on the atomizer and the build you put on it. It is a mechanical. The switch is silky smooth with those magnets in there. Only thing I wish is it would have a locking mechanism, because I do know there are a lot of people that like to pocket their mods, and this is not, unfortunately, something that they may want to pocket with a battery in it. Overall, though, it has made it into my daily rotation. It's like an upgraded version of the Sigelli 8W, and the Sigelli 8W was a workhorse for me for a very, very long time. Well, I hope this helps. Again, www.custommodcreations. Not only can you get the Atomo V2 there, that's where you can also get the atomizer I'm using on this, the Black Edition K Fun. I'll see y'all next time.